Hey troopers, my name is Aiden Ritchie. I marched from 2008 to 2011, aging out in 2011, playing lead baritone the entire time. I was soloist and section leader in 2010 and 2011. And I'm here to run you guys through some of the stuff we have in the brass booklet, some of the nice easy warm-ups we have. I'll play a little bit of them for you, and I'll talk about them a little bit as well. So first up we have flexibility studies. We'll start with the very first one. We're doing everything with the metronome today. If you don't have something like this, there are a lot of apps you can get for your phone that do the same thing. They'll have tuners, etc. as well. I just happen to have like 8 of these because I marched for so long. So as we get started, we play wind instruments, so everything is based off the air, so make sure your air is moving. You're able to get in a good breath and able to exhale it nice and easily with a nice, good, fast start to your air. And of course, we follow the rules, which are set, breathe, play. We have to do all those things in order. Set, breathe, play before we play anything at any time. So I'm going to give myself 8 clicks here on the metronome, and then I'll play the entirety the way we're going to do it of exercise number 1, right? I'm looking at my laptop behind the camera. Yes, flexibility number 1. This should be the way we play it. If not, then we'll learn the actual way to play it. That's the entirety of the exercise. Very simple, not a lot to it. Just second, third, and fourth partials, if you want to think about it that way. On the baritone, obviously if you're playing a G bugle, all of this happens down a minor third from what I'm playing, so it would sound like this to start. All lower than I'm playing on my B flat baritone right now. But that's kind of beside the point. You guys are playing G bugles, that's fine. You guys notice how I get a nice breath? I'm taking a 2-count breath every time I play. I remain set for mouthpieces on the face. I'm ready to play it every time. But I breathe through that, not through the instrument, but through my corners, and I play. Always using that same method, set, breathe, play, never deviating from that. Trying to play all the way to the release. We have a whole note on the end of every one of these. Goes all the way to count 1 of the next measure, so you have to make sure you get that all the way there. Nice little long tone at the end of the bar. And otherwise, it's a pretty simple exercise. Let's move on to the next one. As we go through these, I'm not going to play the entire thing. I'm just going to play the first series. So I'm going to go from open down to 1 and 2. I'm not going to go back up at the end, just to save some time. So this one's a little more involved. We got another partial on top. Let's check it out. I'll stop there. That's a little more than halfway through the exercise. We'll go back up after that. So one more thing to notice is that I remain very relaxed the whole time. Obviously, baritone, G baritone or euphonium, it's all going to be really heavy. It's not fun to play. Trust me, I get it. I marched for 5 years, and I've taught a lot more after that. I don't like holding this up either, but to remain relaxed, while playing at an actual playing position is so important. Make sure your neck is in line with the rest of your body. You're not too far forward or too far back. Your shoulders are down and relaxed. You're not pulling them down. You're not bringing them up to hold the instrument up. Everything should remain relaxed. Just try and stand up in a nice line and just breathe. That'll make your life a lot easier. Let's move on to the next one. What do we got? I have not looked at these yet. Here we go. So we got eighth notes now, moving a little bit faster. Let's see if I can keep up as well. Cool, stopping halfway through. Notice we have faster motion now. We're using those eighth notes. There's not a lot of movement here. I'm not trying to do a lot of weird things with my face. I'm really just relying on my ear and my air to make everything happen. Instead of weird things with the face to change notes. Really all about the air just constantly moving through the instrument. Let's move on to the next and last one. The most involved we have, which goes up to the next partial even. Cool, so we got the sixth partial involved. Getting a little bit higher. Make sure I know this because I've not looked at these either. If you're having trouble with the higher stuff, like the sixth partial on this, the high F or a high G, I guess, on the G baritone. No, yes, high G on G baritone. Remember that as we go higher, the air has to move faster. There has to be a little bit more of it. So don't back off and just use pressure into your face, but keep the air moving and you'll have less trouble with those high notes. Let's play this last one until halfway through. Playing until halfway through. I didn't hold the first phrase until count one of the next bar. That's my bad. I played it wrong. So that one's just got a little more to it. More movement. We're covering however many partials it is, 5 different partials. So just keep that air moving. Don't use pressure. Don't use tension. Don't use muscles to make it happen, but use the air to make all of that happen.